And we're back to more Thronebreaker The Witcher Tales. Sorry to know something. Not about this, but in general. I'm kind of very critical about Let's Plays lately. Like, I've been watching several Let's Plays and oh boy, I just noticed the mistakes people make. It irritates me. Like, then I look at this and it's like, how many times did I have to do several of those puzzles over and over? It's like I'm hypocritical of myself because, oh god, that person's making mistakes. Yet here I am, constantly making mistakes in this. It's like the Army Men series all over again. Jeez, that was terrible. Yep, that's where all my favorites come from. Frickin' Army Men series. It's like I would do that over again, but I would hate everything.
Home at last, Your Grace.
Mm-hmm. We shall not enjoy it long, I fear. Soon we must face the black-clads in the field.
Yet a moment's peace we will have. After that drubbing you gave them at Dravigrad, they'll wish to rethink their strategy.
Oh, will they? Yeah, we defeated like one part of the army. They have a lot more. So there's our capital. Oh, time to end this out. You're approaching an important moment in your journey. If you choose to continue, you will not be able to resume any unfinished activity in this area. Turn back. Let's look at the map. Okay, so I believe we have done technically everything because I could scout all areas that we do. Son of a... I hate everything. So basically I didn't loot people after that fight. Gotcha. Anything else I missed? No? Okay then. Jeez, that's irritating. Let's try this again.
Neve had ridden out of Lyria in early spring, her retinue modest, as none larger was needed for the brief summit of sovereigns. She returned now to her capital, at the head of an army that dragged behind it bandits and Nilfgaardian prisoners in chains. The whole city came out to greet her. Its traders, craftsfolk, priests. Also, her eldest son and heir, Prince Willem. A boy who, it seemed, might never be prepared to rule.
Well, there you go.
Neve and Willem rode side by side past the cheering throngs, their faces frozen in regal smiles. It was not until they reached the castle stables that they found a corner in which to speak freely, candidly.
Welcome home, Mother. Content I am to see you, to be sure.
Boy, the hell's
And
wrong
I'm happy
with
to
you?
see you. Though I dare say I'd have been much happier to witness you leading an army towards Dravigrad.
Yeah, boy. What the hell are you doing? I just do all the work. Me. Sad face. Dot dot dot.
Willem, I trusted you. Left the realm in your care.
Oh, so what is with your frickin' Shoggorath style robes? Like, seriously. Seriously. Yellow this side, blue this side. I guess it makes sense in Styria and Rivia. But still.
Indeed. And I, in turn, did my utmost to choose the best course for...
Willem, don't be so damned courtly. There's no one else here. My son. Nilfgaard has invaded our home. We're at war. When rulers don't strive and don't choose, when rulers grab their swords and shields and ride out to defend their subjects.
You didn't let me finish.
Me. Very
All right.
speak.
Say what you wanted to, please.
I feared I'd be hasty, Mother, and I didn't want to be. When we got word of the invasion, the lords convened at the castle. They demanded I hear them out. They wanted to give me counsel. If I'd rushed into the field to confront the foe, I'd have been half blind to the situation, not known all the options I had at my disposal.
That doesn't sound good.
A ruler never knows all the options. Yet he must decide and act nonetheless.
And yes, screw it up and let them in.
I need to prepare. I'll see you at the Council of Peers.
And indeed she did, when the peers convened in the throne room. Surrounded by animal hides and Zerrikanian tapestries, the lords stood in tense silence, awaiting the queen. When her figure filled the doorway, they fawningly prostrated themselves.
Huzzah.
We've myriad matters to resolve, so I trust you're well rested. Whatever the case, I've no doubt we shall meet the dawn afore we're done.
Game. That doesn't work that way. It's like, oh, we made him turn this direction. Well, now it's blue over here and yellow over here. I'm pretty sure it's yellow on this side. Frickin' mirroring the image. Should be blue here and yellow. What the hell?
Firstly, we must ask assistance. Pen a letter to King Demavend. Scribe, take this down. Dear... What? Uncle? Cousin? Blast. Again. I, Meve. By the gods'
Your Grace. Mother. The peers and I, we've come to propose another solution.
Yes? Out with it.
We wish to acknowledge Nilfgaard's authority, pledge fealty to the Emperor.
Treason.
I beg your pardon.
The black-clad hordes outnumber our forces manyfold, and they're far better equipped. We stand not the slightest chance against them in open...
Here's the thing. They actually have a good point here. They have a very good point. Nilfgaard outnumbers them by a lot. Because if you think about it, Nilfgaard's entire empire, it has a lot of different countries, kingdoms, whatever, in the south. Which means a united front from all that. That's a lot of forces. We, though, we have our kingdom, or technically we have two kingdoms, Rivia and Illyria. So that's basically two. Several thousand each from that. They have like hundreds of thousands. Like even if we got Temeria, Redania. Well, if you remember The Witcher 3, Redania and Cadwin joined up and became Redania. They put up a decent fight at holding back Nilfgaard, though. But still. Yeah, they outnumber us by a lot.
You will not lecture me about Nilfgaard's army, my son. All you know of them you garnered from coloured renderings, whereas I faced them at Dravigrad. I faced them and crushed them.
Oh, we're too confident, though. Thing about Meve is, she's stubborn and headstrong, and she rushes into battle. But yeah, given what they did to Dravigrad, I don't think we were in the mood to surrender.
But your grace, the losses! For this fleeting victory in which you delight, how many of your subjects had to perish? Bend a knee afore the Emperor, and you shall spare thousands.
I mean, we could become a vassal state, but that would also probably piss off the rest of the North, too.
Nay, never! Understood, Caldwell? Not
But
ever!
So it is. We make the decisions. Not gonna side with Nilfgaard, so...
I'd hoped to persuade you, but it seems I've failed. Nonetheless, the die's been cast. We've signed the accord with Nilfgaard. Our noble lords stand with me.
The blood left Meve's face. She had realized her son, who had ever professed to detest politics and shirked his duties as crown prince, had just stabbed her in the back, as had her entire court.
What is this? Treason to my eyes! The gallows is what awaits you!
Willem rules Lyria now. And should you not acquiesce and approve the accord, I fear only you, milady, shall have the pleasure to meet the hangman.
Don't Caldwell.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Caldwell. My mother will not be harmed. Not one hair on her head. Understood? Confine the Queen to the tower.
You err deeply, my son.
The Queen was confined to a cell. Gilded armor she had traded for a simple robe, a courtly retinue for a swarm of rats. She was the very picture of misery. At the window of her cell, gripping the bars, Meve stood powerless, her anger so great she wept and wailed. Her Lyria was free no more.
Ban you lose your Wagenberg. No, not my pikemen. Not my war wagons. Not my arbalists. And my drummers. My field medics.
Have I come at a bad time?
Oh my cards. Wait, it didn't say I lost my scythe, man. I might have them at least. Caldwell, you idiot.
Demons take you, Caldwell. You've long been at this scheme, haven't you? You left the strays of Sparla to roam the realm, to forage, so that I would have to look to them. And thus gained your cohorts the time they needed to complete Lyria's sail to Nilfgaard.
You've seen through it all, that's clear.
Don't
After the fact, of course. But still. I'm not nearly the poor strategist you thought me.
Willem, you turned him. How?
I mean, look at Caldwell's outfit. It looks very Nilfgaardian.
The boy's not fit to wear the crown. Hasn't sufficient wit nor valor. I know this. You know this. Just, he knows it not. Willem fancied himself a statesman. Wished terribly to prove he was one. I made it possible. I've been amply rewarded, I have. Palatine since just yesterday, in fact.
He's become Palpatine.
You'll have neither my blessing nor congratulations. Sorry to disappoint you.
I seek neither. I've come for another reason. To bid you adieu. Willem does not seek your death. Does not even fathom it, as you well know. Moreover, his resolve will wilt in time, and he'll wish to free you. So, come the morn, when the young king rides out to pledge fealty afore General Ep Dahi, You shall use your bed linens to hang yourself.
I see. You wish to see me bow afore you, lie prostrate, beg you for mercy. Plough yourself with a pike, Caldwell. And you needn't send your thugs. I'll not falter nor hesitate. I'll take my own life.
Adieu, your grace, and use your last evening wisely.
Meve felt a rush of despair, yet bit her lip to mute any weeping. No, she would not give Caldwell the satisfaction. Morning arrived with the sound of footsteps in the corridor. Meve rose from her cot and stood in the center of her cell. She was prepared for anything. Well, nearly anything.
Yeah, I guess
The
so.
Duke of Dogs.
Titles seem senseless under the circumstances, don't you think? Let's forgo them. I'm Gascon.
I guess gone.
Has Caldwell sent you? To kill me?
No and a no. Actually, you're free. How shall I put this? That cad, Count Caldwell, used yours truly and the strays as bait in a scheme aimed at kicking your shapely backside off your throne. Now, I'm hardly vindictive. First to forgive, in fact. Take your threat to send me to the gallows. Forgotten already. Yet being played for a fool, I cannot abide. So when the strays freed me, I knew what I'd do to spite the Count afore I disappeared. I'd free you. That's to say, on one condition. You've got to request it of me, my lady. Courteously.
Fine.
For my realm I will do this, and much, much more. Even bow afore a brigand. Thus I beg you, Gascon, Duke of Dogs, grant me my freedom.
Ha! Incredible! I've lived to see someone grovel with dignity. A true ruler you've got to be. You are free.
And grateful.
Thanks, guys.
Now please let me pass. I must get to the city jail at once.
So now technically we look like a Temerian blue stripes? Yeah. Look like we belong to Temeria with our blue. We also lost our nice golden armor though.
Would you look at this woman? Free her from one prison, she flies off to the next.
They hold Reynard there. And if I've any ally left, anyone who's not betrayed me, it's him. I must get him out.
Ah, yes, Reynard. Always trust Reynard.
Old, my lady. Unarmed. Alone.
Have I any other option?
In a sense. See, they locked a few strays in the city pits too. Got a common cause, I'd say. Care to join forces?
The Queen took
Sure,
Gascon
why
up on his offer. Then she,
Reynard.
Gascon, and the strays snuck through the city to its dungeon. Reynard had not wavered for a moment in his devotion to the Queen. Never the slouch, he had also not lost any time.
I've inquired among the other arrested soldiers. Many are prepared to fight, even die at your side, your grace.
Seems they may yet get their chance. But now we must flee. All of us.
Yet in leaving the jail, the company ran into trouble. When Caldwell's cutthroats had failed to find Meve in her cell waiting for her secret execution, they had informed the Count. He, in turn, dispatched patrols into the streets. The Queen and her cohorts ran into one such unit.
Blast. We shan't outrun them. To arms!
Everyone must die. The story battle special short battle custom deck. Must find an escape route, and once the escape route is found, gain more points than your opponent within 3 turns. Unless Lyrian stood against Lyrian. At first, he fought only to stun, to wound, not to kill. Yet she quickly realized the soldiers opposite her held no such reservation. These men who had saluted her but a few days before, faces she knew well, would pull no punches, soften no blows. Eve had no choice but to follow suit. Yep. Welcome to the Witcher Tales. No, you can't trust anyone. Like that guy, he paid, like those men we paid, like, you know, extra money to. Nope, they don't give a damn. It's like, oh, well, Queen's gonna get us killed. Might as well murder her. It's like, are you serious? Ugh. What's the fuck do I have to do this?
Gascon?
Oh.
Bloody hell, where'd you get to?
Your Grace, we must make haste. Caldwell's roused the whole city by now.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Well, let's go with number one. Oh, you found a Grey Rider. Is that good or bad? Defense play for hand moves. I don't know if that's good or bad. I have a longsword again. We're going moderate strength. Deploy.
Should have listened to me, old lady. Don't like this.
This is bad. Quick, go to the left. No, it's not a Grey Rider.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads. Lyria!
Ah. Go to frickin'
My
Arthur.
spirit's willing and how, but these damn...
Oh,
Didn't think I'd
God.
leave you just like that, did you?
Honestly,
This one.
I did.
So, guess what? There we go.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Damage random enemies, move random enemies. God. Numbers. Okay, so now we have strays, which we can move 3 cards off row and damage them by 2. Stray carry mark a unit every turn on turn, so damage by 1. Not bad, but I'm thinking we set this row up.
I smell a leak.
Oh, surrender. Find me the damn exit.
Left, right, left, right.
Oh, Lady Margarita told us of this.
Your Grace, what guarantee do we have that they won't stab us in the back?
Damage a unit by 5 is on a row. Fire damage all units are by. That's pretty nice.
I'll relieve you of that pouch.
Try that one. Seriously. Freaking dark hours. Oh god.
One bolt all I need. Cursed traders. Give me a target.
That's not good.
Are you mad? Don't shake that!
Bernard, find me the damn set. That's not the edit.
Again and again and again.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Finally, the game. We need a lot more points. Well, that helps, but now he's gonna play that.
Yes?
Our ballista, your command.
Isn't gonna go well.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
I was like, we don't need to open anymore. There's dark out. Like, we need to get more points.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Eh?
Oh, come on, we have A3. I almost lost that. For picking too many.
I thank you,
dumb
Gascon.
families wrong.
You and your men, for your aid.
'Tis nought, my lady. Strays never say no to a proper brawl.
No brawl this was. Sun rising against Mother. Lyrian striking at Lyrian. I fear a blood war's begun.
Come now. Seems to me the war's ended. Your realm's lost to Nilfgaard. You've no army to speak of.
Then I shall assemble a new one. And with it have Caldwell hanged. And drive Nilfgaard back across the Yaruga.
Well, that's a bit ambitious of us.
You're mad. How will you find the men? Riding from hamlet to hamlet, speaking from atop a crate?
No. I shall find them in Edern. I've a favour to call in with King Demavend. And I'll sway volunteers to my cause on the way.
Well, there you
Well,
go.
you've your first willing warriors already.
How so?
This strays are joining.
We've nothing left in Lyria. Our hideouts are compromised. Caldwell's sure to set a price on our heads, and Nilfgaardians roam the land in numbers.
And that's
Besides,
to get gas.
I'll be right tickled to see proud Queen Meve fighting elbow to elbow with a bandit she'd wish to hang just a half day afore.
Well, it is said my foe's foe is my friend. And I'd be a fool to turn down assistance now, no matter who offers.
Huzzah.
So be it.
And let's regain strays. 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 Gascon. Strays. Alchemist.
Very high-minded of you, my lady. So, shall we shake on't? Nay? Well then, the high road beckons. Though first we must escape the city with our lives. Follow me.
Lyria was hers no more. Meve now had to flee her capital and realm as quickly as she could. Wont to travel the city streets in a gilded carriage, the Queen now saw them from a slightly different vantage point.
Ugh. Is this the only way? Are you quite certain? The Queen is a common fugitive now, so she'd do better to pinch her nose and whinge not at all.
At long last, Meve reached the gate. Yet this she found shut tight, locked and guarded.
Gods be damned!
Easy, Your Grace. Nothing we can't solve with a quiver full of quarrels.
Those are our men.
They were, Reynard, were.
Gascon's raiders were poised to loose their bolts, but were thwarted when the Queen stepped out in front of them.
What's she... Your Majesty? I've orders to arrest, Your Grace.
Place me in irons, then.
Please understand, I haven't a choice.
Fear not. You'll be rewarded by Caldwell in Nilfgaardian Florens.
The captain's head dropped. His cheeks burned crimson.
Go, Your Grace. Flee now, but only to return.
Remember this, Gascon. I'm no fugitive. I'm a queen, robbed of her rightful crown. And though I may need to venture to the world's end before I return, I shall have it back.
Well said. Well said. So now begins Act 2. Which, I can't remember, but...
Having fled Lyria, Queen Meve ventured into Edirn, her old friend Reynard and new ally Gascon at her side. The war had bitten into this land too. Still, Meve hoped to sway King Demavend to her cause, and, with his aid, to oust the traitors, retake her throne, and drive the Nilfgaardian invader from her realm. Yet to start, she was forced to fight, Scoia'tael no less. Emerging from a wood, Meve's retinue encountered a unit of elven rebels just moments from hanging a handful of prisoners. Among the latter, the Queen spotted a woman, a proud warrior with a striking, thick black braid.
The lass I believe I know.
Well, unless we rush to her rescue, it'll soon be you knew her.
Well said. Illyrians, attack!
Eliminate Scoia'tael executioners, do not lay it. Black Ryan done. Meets first clash with the Scoia'tael. Warriors who bled for the non-human cause, the name translates to scrolls in the common tongue. Reference to the ready tailors passage to their caps and helms. The ornament had become a hallmark for the partisans, much like the icy cruelty to which they subjected their human prisoners. Wee. Don't let her die. Here's... Oh yeah, I have my pikemen back, yay. I don't really like most of the stray cards. So can I get some good old Arbalisk? Snipman.
Hang the butcher! Below her!
Okay. She can't breathe, Your Grace. We must rush to her aid.
After 5 turns, our turns start to... The best we have 5 turns to destroy them. We have no sight, though, so... Well, we can... code on 5, though. Or we can damage them slightly, but... Oh. Well, this is gonna become easy.
Hey?
Boop. And hey, look, we won. Right? We won. The executioners are gone.
Thanks.
Hey, we won.
The Scoia'tael warriors shocked the Queen with their speed, their cunning, and their cruelty. Yet in the end, the Lyrians prevailed. When the last elf hit the ground, the Queen had her men untie those they'd sought to hang.
1,000 thanks, Your Grace. Heard many tales of your valor. Pleased to see they weren't just flattery and propaganda.
Black Rayla. Hagar, we saw you there. You command King Demoven's special forces.
That's right. Though not many remain to command.
So I see. How did it come to this?
My liege sent me to wipe out a Scoia'tael band, led by a rat called Eldane. Followed the vermin's tracks for several days. Straight into his trap, turned out.
Hunting elves in the woods. Truly inspired, I must say.
Had no choice. Doing nothing would have brought us surer, swifter doom. The Black Clad have invaded Edirn. Thanks to elven aid. They snap our supply lines, lurk like dogs, prey on vulnerable units and scouts.
You mean to say Nilfgaard's broken your defenses?
Well, that's
Aye.
not good.
Though their march will soon halt, believe me. To advance, they'll have to take Rosberg, a stronghold that's yet to fall once. They'll break against its walls like waves upon the rocks.
You seem too confident about that.
While Edirn stands, the north is not yet lost.
I'll convey your grace's words to the king at the first occasion.
I'd rather hope to convey them myself. I have come to Edirn seeking aid. I wish to ask Demavend for support.
The king is in Rosberg, overseeing siege preparations. I'm heading that way too to report on our skirmish with the Scoia'tael. I might serve as your guide. These lands I know better than any.
And thus we gain Black Rayla.
Excellent. Guide on.
Oh boy, do we need a second to look at everything. Like, holy crap. We need to take a minute to look at everything. And talk to people and everything. Like, we have new reports. With Valerian River taken first strength of Army Group East, we drafted against Ardren. Fierce Ardren resistance, but Barbaros fell. King Demored pulled back from small garrisons and concentrating forces in heavy defended fortresses Rosberg, Aldersburg, Finkerberg, Byzant, Yennefer from Val. Significant increase in Scoia'tael artillery, attached merchants, refugees, but not Nilfgaardian convoys. All evidence indicates Scoia'tael working with enemy. How about the servant there? Queen Mia cares not wood for your interests. She has seeking peace with the Nilfgaardian Empire. She has chosen pointless resistance, sends you all to annihilation. To save their subjects from this fate, the Council of Peers decided to remove the Mad Queen from the throne. In cruel lunacy, she defiled our ruin, spat upon our laws. She has fled the country in cowardice and seeks now to sow havoc. The rightful monarch is me, our son Willem. He shall be advised in this difficult time by Count Caldwell. The meadows of the Erin River shall blossom under the light of the golden sun. Of course. Blah. Imagine though we spoke to each other not long ago. No doubt you do not recall my name. I'm the guard who stopped you as you fled Lyria. God who doubted you. Your Highness, once more I apologize for my cowardice, and thank you for giving me a chance to repair my hour. I cannot save Lyria from Nilfgaard's talons, but I can write you about their secrets. I have won myself a post at the palace. I shall keep my ears open, and if I learn anything, I shall inform you at once. God grant you luck, my lady. We await your return. From Captain to advise. Okay, now then, command tent. Oh god, command tent. You guys screwed. It's like the problem here is we don't have the forces. Yeah, I have to basically remove half my cards now because I looked at the deck. We could have basically cheated the system and kept going with this. Here's the thing, we don't need that many strays. What I do need is where's my pikeman? What do you mean I have no more copies? What happened to my other copies? Dicks. No, give me a second. Need to go over here, where's the bloody thing? Need to get over here. No, decreases the guard cost of creating units, good. There we go, increases the recruit cap to 150. There are new things that we of course can't afford. But yeah, now we can have the Living Blacksmith War Wagon plus that thing. Pitfall traps aren't terrible. And they're in Pathfinders. Meh. Forgers. But don't use forgers. Stray infiltrators, alchemists. What I want is Braven Pikeman plus stray stuff. Stray bombers plus wouldn't be bad. But yeah, we need basically a lot more money. A lot more money. A lot more money. And that'll help you. So we need to sort this shit. Okay, I don't want all these strays. Don't need that many siphon. I need you guys. Strays cavalry. What I thought cavalry were. 8 each. Yeah, we don't need that many. But I don't need any of those. Field maybe, Wagenburg maybe. Do I even have any more? Do I even have war wagons now? Don't. Now I have a war wagon. Probably notice I can't have Fort Her. It's like, who do I want to remove now? I need 11. That's fine. Gascon. Gascon's... Let's go complicated. Best card. Thing though. If in hand, deck or on the battlefield, strength itself by 1. Whenever an enemy or move allied hero, just move. So basically, he works well with his slingers, which move units. Venner, they're decent for some of our cards. But honestly, she would be better to have, but we can't. Can't afford having her. Like, even if we took him out, we still can't afford having her. We'd have to take out... What would I have to take out? My alchemist. We could take out my alchemist. 9 each. Yeah. Looks like I could put one of those in, but no, I can't. Put another war wagon. Put it back in my scythe man. Put another slinger in. Wait, I don't have any arbalisk. God. None. The hell out to. I don't have any arbalisk, and I don't have the money for arbalisk. Everything sucks. Oh great. Hey look. Everyone wants to talk to me.
Yes, Your Grace?
How has it come to this? I, Queen Meve of Lyria and Rivia, must prowl about the underbrush like a common bandit. And you, General Reynard Odo, once proud commander of 4 elite regiments of footmen, now lead a gang of deserters, bandits and scythe-wielding peasants.
I do so proudly, Your Grace.
You must be joking, Reynard.
Your Majesty, under your husband I served 10 years, under you another 8, and never in that time did I fight for a more worthy cause. We seek not to grab land, or stifle a peasant revolt. We fight for all the North, for our freedom, that of others. And you alone didn't give up. Didn't even consider bending the knee before Nilfgaard.
Yes, all true. Yet look where it's brought me.
Your struggle has but begun, Your Grace, and I will do all in my power to see you triumph in the end.
Yay.
I cannot forgive myself one thing, that I failed to see through Caldwell's schemes. He must have plotted treason for months, years even, yet I suspected nothing.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Your Grace.
Easily said. Ugh, if I'd only realized it in time.
Nilfgaard would have found a different traitor, or sent an assassin north. It was unavoidable what happened. The Blackclads would have attacked in any case, and we'd have stood no chance to defeat the foe in open battle, repel him, drive him out.
So, had you been there when the peers assembled, you also would have voted to bend the knee?
No. My honor would never have allowed it. I'd have thrown myself into the fire, and probably died a fool for it. As matters stand, I still have a chance to thwart the invader, his intentions. It seems, in a twisted turn of fate, I should be grateful to Caldwell.
Well, there you go.
It's time I attended to other matters.
Your Grace, how fortunate you're here. Behold what wickedness is afoot.
I'm trying to behold Sir Ake, yet I cannot be sure what.
Oh, what bothers you today, Mr. Powder?
Reynard and Gascon, my lady. Caught in the act of playing face cards.
They're playing Gwent, of all things.
Oh, that. Indeed they are. Good.
Good?
Good.
Games of chance, good. Why, they are evil's very claws. Corrupting, tearing at the soul, seeping venom into the heart.
Take that, Gwent.
I wouldn't worry about Reynard's heart, Sir Ake. As for Gascon's, too late already, I fear. Besides, they're getting along, that's what matters. If cards do the trick, so be it. Does the good book contain an answer to every question?
Each and every query, without exception.
Oh, really?
What does it prescribe a mother betrayed by her son? Tender forgiveness or unflinching firmness?
A moment while I ponder. There's a verse in chapter 2. A child who doth with waywardness defy his mother and father deserveth discipline most severe. Strike him thus heartily, unless thine heart stilleth thy hand.
But one could interpret that any way one wishes.
To thine own self be judge and ruler, spoke the prophet Lebioda. For thou alone shalt answer for thine deeds before thee.
There's a certain wisdom to those words.
Yes, Your Majesty. One need but gaze deeply into the verses, and oneself.
Farewell, Ake.
Thanks, Ake, whatever your name is.
So, Gascon, the soldier's life. Does it suit you?
About the same as the bandit's life did.
I beg your pardon?
The tents are cold, the food's shite. On the plus side, plenty to drink, most days. A skirmish here, a scuffle there. Nilfgaardians one day, elves the next, and whoever we rout, we rob of what they've got.
Requisition, you mean? Fully in accordance with the laws of war.
Requisition, rob, same.
Oh, please. Save your excuses for your
It's
father
Ellie.
confessor.
The Duke of Dogs. Whence the name?
Not certain I should tell you. It's a personal story, somewhat.
I insist.
So, thing is, I'm a werewolf of sorts.
Did I hear werewolf?
Of sorts. You see, when the full moon glows in the night sky, I transform into a creature that's half man, half dachshund.
He's a half dachshund.
And then all the other hounds of the night hearken to my command.
Oh,
That's good,
forget I
man.
asked.
With pleasure.
I can't stop wondering.
Nice to know he's so
How did your strays break into the tower in Lyria?
They exploited its chief weakness.
What weakness is that? I oversaw its construction myself. Walls 5 feet thick, bars and grates of the sturdiest iron.
All tremendous, I'm sure. But how much do you pay the guards?
What? I don't know. The garrison's commander is in charge of that.
Let me tell you then. Not much, Maeve. Not much at all.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we made it super. We made ourselves a super tower. No one could get in. How much do you pay the guards? Exactly.
From atop a throne, it's hard to spot the little things. Example, a guard hard up for coin, or one with ambitions. But seeing that's second nature to even the most ordinary bandit. Take any castle door. To open it, to open all, one needs but a pouch of gold.
Money buys entry.
It's time I attended to other matters.
Oh, well, Gascon.
How fare you, Rayla? The quartermaster, did he assign you a tent?
He tried.
Oh, and...
I refused it. Best to sleep beneath the stars. Little chance of a foe catching you off guard.
Rain accepted, perhaps.
I'm not made of sugar, ma'am. I'm not going to melt.
One sees very few women in the ranks, let alone in the special forces. How did you come to join?
On merit. Proved I'd be of use.
Yes, well, naturally. But how exactly?
I was 15 when I went to enlist. But the sergeant in charge of signing folk up told me to scurry on home. So I proposed a wager. Arm wrestling. If I won, he'd let me join. If I lost, I'd pay him 100 crowns.
And that kind of coin? You had it?
No, so I had to win. As we sat down at the table, across from each other, He laughed and rolled up his sleeve. When it was over, all around us were laughing at him. Then I just followed orders. Did so well enough to draw the king's attention.
I must go. We'll speak later.
Huzzah. So, 9 gold chest. Alright, 23 minutes in this, just dicking around with this nonsense. But here's the thing, what we need to get to that, which is highly expensive. Cause yeah, sure we could get more of these things and all that. But the thing is, if we don't have more troop capacity, yeah, we can't really do much. And I need more Lyrian Arbalisk. Like, pretty badly. Frickin' Wagenberg takes up so much. Actually, what would help? Just that right there. That's what we should go for next. Which units should take up 10% of the less 3 crew cap. But firstly, we need supplies, and we're also gonna need to end the video soon. So we spent the majority of it getting out of Lyria. Hey, look, it's like AI for multiplayer. I was gonna say, I think that's. Well, I got some coin. Coinage 2, which means where is it? Map. Deploy the scouts. So, welcome to Adron. You need to go with that. Because this is apparently Rosberg. Like, I don't exactly. Oh god. I was gonna say, where was the cap? It's all the way up. Hell. It's all. Well, technically, you just have to go up this way. But it's all. There's a lot to do here. And oh boy, is the map side stuff depressing. It's like, welcome to Adron. Everything's depressing. But anyway, we'll deal with more stuff next time. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all. Have a nice day.